All right, here at Fairway Landscaping, I just forgot to record at the beginning, but I'll just start it now. So yeah, this is David from Fairway Landscape. That's my partner Josh. We're doing a cleanup of a customer. It's includes a dethatch of the lawn. We're cutting it and trimming it. We're doing some top dress and overseeding, some fertilizing, and a little bit of garden work. Some weeds got to come out and maybe put a fresh edge on it. So now got Josh over there. He's just cleaning up our piles that we made from all the dead grass and that we picked up. So now I'm in the back here. I'm finishing half the backyard. I started dethatching it already, but like I said before I started actually videoing, I started and then I said, oh yeah, I bought a GoPro, so I should start videoing. So here as you can see, I started half the dethatch. The customer's grass is already like nice and healthy and thick, and it's pretty tall already. So we're gonna give it a nice dethatch. I stopped right there, and then we're gonna give it a nice cut and trim. I'll get that on video. There's a couple spots we're doing top dress and overseeding, which there was some in the front. They had a couple patches, and then along the back here there's just a bit along the fence line we might try to throw down. There's a lot of roots from all these other plants that were growing on the other side of the fence line, so there's no promises, but I think it should take. This is a pretty shaded area, so we have a lot of like moss and stuff growing here, so I'll have to give it a bit of an aerate and throw some top dress down and some seed, and hopefully it grows. But they do also have a drain pipe that I don't know when was put in, that runs I think to their downspout there to the house. So that's a lot of the reason why it's really moist. A lot of the water just drains here, so for it to grow here it would be a miracle. So I'm gonna finish up doing the dethatch. Josh is already starting back here now, so I better get going. I'll put it on a time lapse. So we got the dethatching wrapped up. We got everything picked up, dumped. We're gonna be now cutting and trimming the grass. I'm gonna time lapse that as well, the grass cut, and then once I'm done trimming, I'm gonna show how I'm gonna aerate a few spots with just a regular, like, I guess you would say like a big fork. I'm just gonna use that. I'm gonna stick it in the ground and kind of, you know, lift the soil a bit, but mainly for the holes, and we want to give it some breathing because yeah. But this is what we ended up with after the dethatch. Doesn't look like much. It's not like, you know, there's a transition. It's just gets up all the old grass. It looks like we're removing grass, but we're just removing the dead. Once this is cut and trimmed, it'll look really nice. So yeah, like I said, like little spots, we're gonna just poke some holes in it, throw a bit of soil, some seed in the places that need it. So I will start the cut and I'll throw it on a time lapse. Got the front cut and trimmed. We're gonna blow that off after, and we're gonna do the seeding and top dressing for now. Josh is in the back. He's finishing cutting here. I already trimmed here, so I'm gonna put it on a time lapse so you guys can see Josh go to work. Guys, don't worry, the lawn will be blown off. We're not leaving the clippings. We don't have a bagger with us today, and we're cutting a little low because it's the beginning of the season, but we will blow everything off after, and we won't have no clippings or nothing, so it'll look presentable. All right, so I'm gonna throw this on a time lapse. Josh is gonna finish off the backyard, and as he's doing that, I'm gonna start doing some aerating here and there, but I'll grab the camera and I'll come back and I will video me doing a bit of aeration, and just to kind of show you guys what I mean by what we're doing with that soil. So Alright, here I'm going to show you what I mean by when we aerate. We use this giant fork. We're gonna basically poke holes in the ground, kind of loosen up the soil a bit, but we're not gonna turn it. We just want to basically stick it in the ground, loosen it up a bit. Once the top dress is on and the seed, then that gives it more room to breathe, drain a little bit better so the soil's not so dense, and yeah, help germinate the seed a lot quicker. So I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of what I mean here. So basically we're gonna stick our fork there and we're gonna lightly loosen it. Okay, I'm gonna keep doing that. See, the ground's very dense here, and also I think has a bit of snow mold. A lot of salt damage, but also the snow sometimes affects the grass, which, as you can see, look at that, that's completely dried out there. So it's a combinations of salt and snow. But this is what I mean here. So basically, I'm gonna poke a bit more, but just to show you what I mean by a little aerate. We're gonna continue to do that. Once that's done, when we spread our soil seed, hopefully it will help it take a lot quicker. So so now back here, as you see, here's our cut, final blow off, a little bit of yellow spots, but that's what happens usually after you dethatch and you cut it pretty low. We cut it at, I think, 2. It's the beginning of the season, so you know, grass grows very quick at the beginning of the season in the spring. So you want to give it a nice low cut, especially after a dethatch, you know, let it breathe. We took up all the old grass clippings. Let me extend this actually. That's better. And then yeah, back here, I put some more holes in the grass here to help aerate. So we threw some holes in along here, going up. There's spots here. Basically here I just almost basically cultivated this soil here. It's so dense and very moist, so looks like Josh stepped on it a bit, but we turned this dirt over, and with a little bit of more top dress, hopefully our seed grows. You know, when you have really low spots in your property, especially when you have a drainage pipe, just like how he does, that drains water all in one area, to make grass grow nice and look very healthy and thick, it's a challenge. It's almost impossible. Technically, that drainage pipe is not even deep enough. That looks like it's just 4 inches under the ground. And you could tell just because the grass is not growing good at all there. It's barely in the ground. So, and you have like a divot in the ground. Like I feel like I could feel the pipe. So that's running over here, which I guarantee is connected to this downspout on the house. So the problem is with that is I would have probably ran that drainage pipe all the way to the end of the fence line out into that field. But whoever did it didn't, and because they used a weeper and it's not deep enough, that weeping tile has holes, little holes along that pipe. So even though it drains water, if it overflows with water or anything like that, it rises out of the pipe as well. And I feel like that's what's happening, why it's so moist in this area. It's very shaded. It's very shaded. It's very moist, so we're gonna try the best we can with this area, but like I said, it's when you have a situation like that, to get something to stay healthy, and you know, it needs enough sun, just the right amount of sun, just the right amount of shade. It needs right around almost the right amount of moisture, because you don't want it to dry out and get too hot, and but you also don't want it to be too wet and too moist. And you know, that's the difficulties with trying to grow really nice grass, right? So we try to do the best we can for our customers, because you know, we want their lawn to look very nice, and you know, we take pride in our work. So that's something that is important to us. So we try to make sure that we can do the best we can for our customers. But the grass is cut beautifully, very clean. I don't know if it's like you can't see the lines this way, or does it look better this way? You can't even tell. There's no lines. But anyway, it's looking good so far. So right now, Josh is just finishing aerating the front with the fork. We're gonna leave here, pick up some top dressing. Then we already have our seed. We're gonna pick up our top dress, and we're gonna start spreading top dress around in the patchy spots and along that back fence line. And yeah, we're gonna put the seed down. We're gonna do a bit of weeding in their garden beds, edge it, and yeah, and then we're out of here. One final blow and then we go. So until next week. All right guys, so off camera, I didn't end up getting it on camera, but I fertilized all the front yard here, fertilized the backyard. So now Josh is getting started here in the back with the top dressing and the seeding. I'm gonna take you guys over and show you exactly what he's doing, and then I'm gonna get started on the flower beds, get some weeding done, and then yeah, go from there. So I'll show you guys quick what Josh is doing in the backyard, and then I'm gonna get to the weeding. Spread her a little thinner.
Yeah.
Well, the back side's fine, but spread it into into here. So yeah, what Josh got going on back here, he's spreading some top dressing along our back. We're gonna spread a bit around by his feet, a little bit along the edge going down. And then there's a few spots in the backyard, a couple patches here and there that we're gonna address, and we're gonna see there's a couple spots here. Dry spot like that, so we're gonna try to get some holes in there and spread some top dress, and then some seed. All right, well, I'm gonna get to the gardens. Josh is gonna continue doing the top dressing and seeding. So I'll put you guys on a time lapse. All right, so now we got Josh spreading some soil around. We're gonna rake these in a bit more just to blend it, and we're gonna throw some seed down over top of it. And yeah, Josh is over there now. I'm gonna start seeding this whole area back here, along here, and seed those spots that we were doing there. But grass is cut to a nice length, and yeah. All right, so top dressing seed is down. See our spots. Top dressing, if you look close, it's a seed and a fertilize in one. So we fertilized the lawn, but we still had fertilizer in the seed, so we kind of avoided those areas because the seed will already have it, so we didn't want to over fertilize it. But this is what the finish looks like. You can see it. I don't know if you can see it or not, but seed down and cut lawn, weeded the gardens. Mind you, I think these gardens need a little top up of mulch and a few other things. That's something we'll discuss with the customer in the future, but for now it's turning out good. This is a heavy traffic area between the houses, so the grass will never grow the best here. Josh is raking out the top dress. We're gonna throw a bit of seed down here. We got the front left, and then just one final blow, and then that's it. So I think that's gonna be it for today.
So tell him to ski it.
Tell him to ski it. That's Nicki Minaj. Yeah, so we're just gonna be finishing up with that, and then a quick blow off of the property. I'll just take a quick video at the end just to show the property once everything's done. But other than that, that's about it for what we're doing for the service. Okay. So we're all done. Start in the back. All right, so we're all done now. I'll just pan you over here. So we got some areas that were very bad. We just do some top dressing down, some seed. Mind you, I'm sure there is a couple spots we could have missed, but we try to get everything we can. If there's anything that we missed, we'll notice it more. Like there's one. We'll notice it more once everything starts to grow and get nice and thick. Then we'll be able to pinpoint the few little spots that we need to do. So this is our project. This was a cleanup, a dethatch, grass cut, trim, top dress, seeding, fertilize, and weeding the garden beds, and just putting a little edge on it just to make it look a little bit better. And yeah, so this is our finished product. All right, well, thanks to whoever's watching, you know, we appreciate any sort of support. But yeah, we're just two guys that just started a business, and you know, really enjoy doing landscaping. We do hardscaping as well, but we enjoy this job, and so that's why we continue to, you know, climb to achieve bigger, and you know, to make more customers happy with how their property looks, and take some pride in how their, you know, appearance of their front property looks. So yeah, so thanks for watching. Peace.